Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Woody, your favorite dad/comedian podcast. I have an itch on my ankle. Mosquitoes love me. I think if I lost a little weight, they wouldn't. You never see mosquitoes bite really thin guys that eat salads. They're always biting fat people that like fast food, drinking beer, smoking the ganj. Because think about it. A mosquito, you want crazy blood. There's probably levels of blood and that level of a hit you get when you fucking eat that blood as a mosquito, right? That low level, that low grade blood, ugh. That's like one of those cheap eighths you buy at the dispensary. $18 for an eighth. And then you go through it in an hour because it's so bad. It doesn't do anything for you. That low grade blood is like thin guy, does marathons multiple times a year, watches his calories, have one cheat day a year. Oh, I don't drink. I'm healthy. I'm a healthy person. You ever get that guy at a party? Oh yeah, I'm actually watching my weight. You're at a party. That's when the rules go out the door because it's called a party for a reason. It's not called, hey, I'm going to hang out. That's a coffee shop. That's a lunch date. This is a party, guy, where you drink. You might, I haven't done that since 2001. You know, you have cranberries to put in my salad. I'm trying to add vitamins. They're called vitamins, guy. That's that level 1 low-grade blood where the mosquito drinks and he goes, ugh, I wasted all that time buzzing around, jumping from spot to spot until finally they don't feel me and I can just suck. You know how hard it is to get in someone's skin? Took me 30 minutes. 30 minutes to a mosquito is like a lifetime, guy. But then you jump some levels. The fatter the person, and they figure this out. Trust me, I've been with friends that are in shape, and I'll get murdered by mosquitoes. Just instantly, just, duh, duh, duh. You know, that's the best I look. When I get a lot of mosquito bites, I'm like sucked up a little bit. I'm like, look 20 pounds lighter. That's why I don't mind it. But they don't like. I've been there, guy. Trust me, I've done the research. No hypothesis here, all right? This is fact, guy. And it just makes sense. Just that Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out. If you go to Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out in the same day, you're fat or you're one of those skinny assholes that, I have a high metabolism. I'm like, you eat as much as me. Yeah, I guess I just have better genes than you. When they say high metabolism, that's like, yeah, my parents are better than your parents. My ancestors raped yours. We're tougher. Thanks. I gotta hang out with people that are fatter than me. You know, that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like, I wanna hang out with those 600-pound life guys that takes 2 Chinese guys to get them out of bed. They gotta hire people. That's who I gotta hang out with. And some Down syndrome people. I gotta feel better about myself. And I'm not saying that because they're less smart than me and it makes me feel better about myself. I'm saying that because Down syndrome people, they have fun. You ever hang out with a mentally handicapped person? They're laughing, they're goofing, they want to throw a ball. I'm like, this is me, dude. This is my style. You ever hang out with adults where they're like, so the economy sucks, interest rates, they're really high right now, Bitcoin, what do you think about that? You believe in climate change? No, I don't, Bill, and I don't give a fuck about this, all right? Let's go throw a football, let's chug beers and talk about OnlyFans. That's what you can do with a handicapped person, you know? Adults stink. You gotta find immature adults to hang out with. Or you know what, my favorite, I got some friends like this, they got high stress jobs all week, and on the weekend they just want to be like, I'm a college kid again. Give me the bong. Sports gambling, drink. Let's go parkour. I had a friend say, let's go parkour. And I tried to jump up on a ledge and hurt myself. I said, you know what? You're too dumb for me. I can't do this. I can't. But I look like the parkour guy have you seen that obese guy that just barely parkours? I think he's just trying to be funny. Or he looks really serious. Who knows? I have Down syndrome. But, yeah, you got to be careful with those friends. Because I have those friends that run marathons and are athletic. They're like, hey, let's hang out. And then all of a sudden you're on a hike up a mountain that's like the stepbrother of Mount fucking Everest. You're like, I thought we were in California, not the Himalayas. I like Himalayan salt, not the mountains. Those friends stink, I like lazy friends. Hey, you want to come over and play video games and hit the bong? No, I don't think so. I want to go talk about interest rates. Psych! I'll be there in 2 minutes. I live an hour away. I'll drive fast. Or, better case, I'll have my mom drive fast. There is no shame of having your parents drive you when you're older. The best way to do it, so you don't look like you're just being lazy, drink a bunch. Then call your parents and go, hey, I need a ride to my buddy's house. And they go, why can't you just drive yourself? And then you drop on them, well, I've been drinking, just celebrating that I'm living, and, we've had a lot of people die in our family, and, I don't want to be unresponsible, and you're retired and not doing shit with your life. Pick me up. That's how you drop on them, because they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so brilliant in the way you live nowadays because you're thinking smartly. Yeah, you shouldn't drink and drive. Yeah, I'll pick you up. There's nothing like having your mom drop you off to a grown-up friend's house that you're going to play video games. It takes you back to the early 2000s. Who says once you become an adult, you have to be mature all the time? Is there a book? Is that in the Bible? I don't think so, guy. I know I haven't done the podcast for a bit. The first week I didn't do the podcast, I'm going to be honest, super lazy. All right? Apparently you can be lazy year-round. Hey, it's too hot to do anything outside, gotta stay in. Hey, it's too cold to do anything outside, gotta stay in. It's tough. It's tough. My name is Alex Woody. I am a lazy person. Nice to meet you. And then the second week, I hurt my back. Apparently, you have to train to be a ninja. I just jumped in and started driving out at night and being a vigilante and beating up homeless people, aka criminals, and just helping the streets. If Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, was smart, he would hire ninjas to clean up the streets, not construction workers that don't want to be there and they call their union rep, I'm working too much, my back hurts. Ninjas don't have HR. They just go, dude. And, we'll give them benefits so it doesn't look like slavery to the ninjas. We'll help you out financially. But yeah, ninjas would just, to kick a person that wants to live on the street and shit their pants, kick them a couple times in the head, it rebalances them, gets the neutrons firing again. That's how you cure mental illness. We don't need to build asylum asylums. You kick someone a couple of times, and they're like, yeah, I need to get my life in order. You ever been punched in the face? I got punched in the face drunk one time, hardly remember. It was like I had a broken VR headset on. I was seeing images and it was blacking out and seeing images blacking out. And I just woke up that morning and I remember I need to get my life in order. Did I get my life in order at that moment? No, absolutely not. But I've never gotten punched in the face since then. I could say that. There's times I should have been punched in the face. I think my son should punch me in the face a couple times. But I'll take a hit from a kid, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, knock on wood. Hey, Woody. Dumb. I won't get punched in the face again. And if it is by a kid, I prefer that, you know. I'm coaching football now, and maybe I should go a little more explicit. Can't say that word. Go a little crazier on the kids with the language just to get one of them to punch me in my face. It would reset me. I could become a genius. Have you ever heard someone get a head injury and then they know Chinese all of a sudden? I think there is an issue. Like, I tell my kid, don't wear a helmet. Because if you crash and hit your head, yes, you could die. Yes, it would be sad. But you also could hit your head and be really good at math. Oh, hi, Good Will Hunting 2, for real, movie. Guess what, kid? You're the star. We're going to be rich. You're going to be great at math and have a good job. Yes, you're drooling a little bit and your eyes down here, but that's okay. Money buys happiness. Do not let anyone tell you it doesn't. I don't get people that say, money doesn't buy you happiness. Have you seen P. Diddy? You know, I see a lot of rich people around here, and they always got a smile on their face. I've never seen a rich person crying in the streets. Illegal immigrants? Definitely. Homeless people? Definitely. A white guy that's working DoorDash and making $8 per delivery, and it takes a long-ass time because the restaurant's never ready? Yes, I've seen that. It was a chubby guy that was bald wearing a green shirt. Hi. So I don't work that anymore. DoorDash, Uber Eats, it's the biggest scam. They take advantage of people that maybe have just got to this country and don't have opportunities yet. You know, you hear a lot about people that come over here. Like, for example, I had an Uber driver the other day. Definitely just got here because I couldn't hardly understand him, and he had a little earpiece in, and he was talking to someone on the phone and me. And I was like, this guy should have a better job than this. That's great, to be able to talk to someone in our language and then hold a conversation with me and drive. I mean, he was on the sidewalk. But, you know, these are skills these guys have, and this guy can't get another job right now. And Uber, they, you know, hardly pay, and you're using your own car. And I mean, this guy, I give him all the props for staying positive. You know someone comes from a shitty country when they have the shittiest job here and they're still happy. You know, I need to go to Mexico and other countries more often. It just sucks when you go to third world countries and it's hot and you can't drink the tap water. I mean, I get why people love this. You know what I mean? I get why people love coming here. I don't throw stones. A lot of people are like, they need to fix the border and stuff. No, they need to fix the system. Let people come here. We got room. No one's in South Dakota, North Dakota. I guarantee if they made a law saying, you know what, you wanna come over this country, we'll let you in, but you gotta live here because it's less populated. There won't be problems of overcrowded cities. Like, to me, that's not a bad law to say we got 20 million, thousand billion people in New York City. You know, there's already people, you know, living with rats and on top of each other, and you can't even have sex because your mom, uncle, grandpa, second cousin, third dog, cockroaches are right there, and it's a 2-bedroom, you know? So you got to move to South Dakota. It's cold, shitty because there's nothing to do there, but you're here and you're not in your country where they treat you like crap and you don't know if your family's going to get killed at any moment, and there's no cell phone service. You know, you go to a lot of these countries, the cell phone service sucks, you know what I mean? And, but, you know, and they would be grateful, right? I think a lot of these cities are overcrowded, but then you look at the other aspect and you're like, that's like, you know, being a dictator, you're making it's land of the free, and I'm like, We need to change some of these rules that were made in the late 1700s before Christ, you know? It's ridiculous that people go, you can't change these constitutions, you can't, no, that's our founding fathers. Our founding fathers were assholes compared to the people we have now. You know what I mean? They would execute you if you acted like they did. But anytime you want to change that, people really freak out. It's like if you think we still had iPhone 1s with that software and people were like, you can't update that, that's unfair, that's wrong, this is the perfect, we came up with this, we should stick with this, let's not make it better or anything, let's just keep it the way it is. That would suck, you know? It blows me away that people just can't see that, and this is why I like to talk about this stuff and no one can say anything because I'm doing a podcast. I can delete comments, you know. I hate talking about this stuff with like people not in your generation. I don't mind talking about this with people in my generation and maybe below, but definitely in my generation because we're kind of on the same page. As soon as you talk to another generation or a couple above you, there's no... You ever talk to a really old person? You can't convince them. You just got to let them have the racism. All right, grandma, you know. And you don't want to argue with an old person because you can give them a heart attack. Because younger people argue hard. We start yelling, we're cursing, we got tear gas, we're spray painting you know. And old people are just... You ever watch C-SPAN? It's all old politicians that are just like... They're almost dead. They got like a bowl of mixed nuts on their desk. That's how you know a politician's old, when they got beer nuts on their desk. Like, hey, maybe we should change the policies with getting some younger blood in here. That's good stuff. But I did want to tell you guys, my buddy Jordan Kirshner and I have been running some shows in the Bay Area, East Bay, and we really want to get more people out. Our page is Fat Kid Comedy. Jordan used to be fat as a kid. I've always been fat. I don't change. I'm the Constitution, baby. I stay the same because that's how my founding fathers found me. And he lost weight. I mean, he lost weight, but he's deaf now. You know, gotta thank the Army. And I'd rather be fat. I like my hearing. Even though I will be eventually to his level, because I used to blast music as a kid. I don't know about you. And recently, iPhones will tell you, hey, if you continue at this loudness, you're going to be deaf and not be able to hear shit, guy. Lower it. I never had those warnings with the CD disc. You know what I mean? And now I see those messages. I'm like, shit, I've been listening at this level for 20 years. You know, so I will be as deaf as Jordan very soon. And that is great because he'll have another deaf guy to yell at, right? So me and him got these shows going, and we had one last night at Epidemic Ales in Concord, California. A woman-owned brewery. You got to give back to the women. You got to give back to the community and bring some comedy. People talk shit. Oh, you do comedy in the suburbs. Oh, you run. Yeah, they need shit too, guy. It's not just city folk. I know city folk are always out. What is that? Is it just so loud you can't stay in your apartment and you got to walk around? Suburb people need to walk around too sometimes. They just go out as often, and they're old, and you say a dick joke, and they have a frown on their face. It's tougher to do comedy sometimes in the suburbs than cities, okay? You gotta be a little cleaner, a little hackier, which is easy. Not clean for me, but hacky I could be for sure. They talked about this in the 80s, so let's move on, guy. But anyways, toothpaste, that's crazy, right? Oh, God. You ever go down that rabbit hole because you can't remember your material? Bananas, haha, look like penises. What are you doing, comedy in the 40s? Move on. But I like doing comedy out here in the suburbs, and we may have some shows in the cities, The big city's coming up, but for now, our suburb shows have been great. They're all at breweries, and this last one we had at Epidemic Ales in Concord was great. Sometimes kids are there, and as a host or just a comedian that's doing a set, me and Jordan trade off hosting. You can make fun of that situation. It adds a set. People laugh. Oh, he's about to talk dirty. There's kids there. The parents know. This kid was mentally handicapped, young. And it just throws you off as a comedian to see that. Like, they sat right up front, you know? And, you know, God bless the parents and all that. But, you know, sit in the back. It's going to throw us off. It's like if someone had a zebra with them and I got to do a set. That's going to throw you off, you know? People are just strange. I would never take my kid to a show and, you know, I don't know. I guess they're not going to understand either way, but I had my kid go to a comedy show and I had to do a set, and I swear to God, I had the worst set of my life. Like, I had people coming up to me like, you ever think about working at Foster Freeze or Burger King? Because this is not, what was that? I mean, I had friends like, maybe you should quit. This is bad, dude. You need to get punched by a kid in the face because you got to wake up. That was, woo, yikes. What'd she say up there? You know, you're just giving movie reviews. We're even telling jokes. You like Deadpool. We got it. Where's the jokes? So, just, yeah, kids and audiences throw you off. I mean, I think it throws off the audience too, because I was looking back at my tape from the show last night, and I had jokes that usually work, and people would laugh, but not as hard, I feel like, because they're looking at the kid. They're like, I can't laugh at a blowjob joke with a kid in the room, you know? But I can't shit on the parents too hard because maybe they don't have a babysitter. They're like, let's get out of the house. We're always watching this thing, and just bring the thing to the thing and headphones, you know? I guess they work. That should be a commercial. If you want to sell your headphones, you have a commercial with a filthy comic. Put the headphones on a kid and go, look at, they can't hear anything. You can laugh at blowjob jokes. You can make fun of your wife. Bada bing, bada boom. You're having a good night. So, yeah, God bless people with kids. I always got to just find a babysitter and make people feel guilty. Like, oh, I'm chasing my dreams. Can you watch my kid? No one's going to say no to someone that's chasing their dreams, which is just code for, I want to act immature, I'm an adult, and I don't want to talk about interest rates. It's really what us comedians are doing. We want to go immature, and dude, being immature in front of people, I don't know what it is. People may think it's crazy that we do that, but it makes me feel good. It makes me, maybe I need to be homeless, maybe I'd be happier. To be a crazy person saying crazy shit on a stage, it lets something out, you know? And maybe that's why you see a lot of these docs and on TV, really rich, hardworking people get into weird sexual things, like BDSM and dressing up like a pig and around a room and a milkmaid's chasing you. And they have to do that to release whatever stress they have from their crazy job. I got to do business with North Korea. I mean, they're dealing with stuff. And if they want to, you know, act like a baby and have a Slovenian hooker, you know, carry them, I get it. That's why I do comedy. Comedy is my Slovenian hooker, right? It's like a release I need, you know. Maybe some of these shooters, that guy that shot Trump's ear, maybe he needed to go on stage and yell out and make jokes about all the shit he didn't like, the good-looking people at school not getting pussy, too much porn. I mean, whatever, you know. Maybe he would still be alive and he'd still be ugly, but maybe he'd still be alive and out and about and you know, getting an ice cream because he's happier. I don't know. Everyone's got to find their thing. I know people that travel a lot to escape the reality of work and the grind and stuff. I know people that do drugs, fuck illegal immigrants at massage parlors, and skateboard. I know adults that skateboard, and I think that's crazier than comedy. I mean, the so easy to hurt yourself. Come on, guy. What are you doing, Bobby? Couple things. Oh, my mom just texted me, not gonna pay your rent. Great. The original VR headset was dreaming. Closing your eyes. That was the original VR. You're in another world, and then in the morning you take it off. You wake up. I've been having some crazy dreams. I had a dream the other day. I was like, this cannot be any VR headset. The graphics are as real. You think you're actually there. I don't think VR is ever going to beat dreams. Have you ever tried some of the VRs out there? The graphics suck. Hey, let me know when it's like being in a dream, guy. Words of wisdom for the day. Pussy don't get pussy. Rick Ross. Yacht Club. Album Deeper Than Rap. Some people quote the Bible. I quote ignorant rappers. Sometimes you have to accept being a pussy. This is true. I honked at someone, they flipped me off and asked me to get out of the car, and I kept driving. I will accept my pussiness. There is people out there that won't catch up with technology. Have you met one of these people? They ask you for directions. It throws you off, and then you think, you know, I don't think this grandma is a serial killer. Never heard of a grandma killing people. Too tiring, right? They have arthritis. They have nuts on the table. They got to cover with saran wrap. They don't have time, right? The grandkids always saying, cook me something, Grandma. You think there's any grandmas that freaked out on kids like, I've cooked enough, you son of a bitch. If I bake another cookie, I need to go to Hawaii. I need a break. There's people, oh, I just said that. Are you fucking, yes, I'm an idiot. I got so messed up last night because I like to get immature sometimes. I threw up. You ever throw up from getting too messed up? And you're like, I'm too old for this. This is not fun, right? In your 20s, when you throw up from drinking, you're like, come on, bring it. Sound like a death metal singer. But in your 30s, you're like crying, you're hugging the toilet, you're grabbing on the wall, you're like sweating like I am now. Like, why am I doing this? This is dumb. Cheers. Gotta pee. Yeah, let's drink a bunch of beer before the podcast. You're not gonna need to pee. Can they make beer that doesn't make you pee? That would be fun. People send me so many funny videos on social media that I just start putting laughing faces emojis and not even watching them. I'm like, yes, you send me 20 videos a day. I don't have time for this. And I want to show you that I'm looking at it and make you feel good about yourself. So I'm going to put a laughing emoji. I know I'm not the only one. I know you motherfuckers do that. It could get you in trouble. Because I put a laughing emoji on someone that posted a news article of someone dying. They're like, dude, how can you laugh at that mother that got ran over by a car? I sent that to you because I thought it was crazy. I don't know, because you send me 99% funny stuff. You can't just drop something serious. If you're sending funny videos all the time, you need to make a separate group to send, hey, look at these babies getting blown up in the Middle East. I had to get off of Twitter. They're like, hey, thanks for clicking on X. Wanted to give you an update on dying babies. Here's a video of people pulling babies out of rubble. Thanks. Glad this is on my feed. How'd it get there? Sciatica. Been dealing with it with my leg. Hurt my back from, like I told you, being a ninja and beating up homeless people. Sciatica sounds like a city. Have you ever been in Sciatica? Oh yeah, kind of nice. Homeless problem though, down on the wharf. Making a woman come is like playing an instrument. You're twisting, you're sucking, and you're using your fingers. I love how I thought that was a brilliant thing I needed to write down. Making a woman come is like being a one-man band. You grab this, you suck that, you're working your fingers on that. And you know what's annoying too is I come up with this stuff during intercourse. And she's like, what are you doing? I had a girlfriend one time, she was jerking me off, and I knew she was mad at me because right before I came, she turned my dick to myself and I came on my face. Thanks. And Mom, I hope you don't watch my podcast. All right, that's been it. I think my son just had a friend come over. If I continue on the podcast and they hear me, I think that's child endangerment for what I say on here, especially what I just said. But subscribe, tell a friend, trying to grow the podcast, been doing it for a long time. I'll take what I can get. Come to see me live, okay? That's all I gotta say. _ Alex Woody Comedy on Instagram. Check out Fat Kid Comedy page on Facebook and Instagram for the shows I produce. Love ya. Love to hear from you. DM me. Tell me you like me. Make me feel good. Love ya.